Guys, Chevy Equinox, a 2016 with a 3.6 AC compressor replacement. I just removed the tire so I can have better access. Then we're going to remove this little plastic that has this little plastics holders in place. We're going to remove that, and then we're going to come over here. We're going to remove serpentine belt from that tensioner. So I'm going to use this long extension ratchet. It's a 1/2 inch. I'm going to pull on the tensioner, and we're going to remove the belt. I'm going to leave that ratchet in there for now. I'll probably need to remove it so I can get access to the bolt of the compressor itself. There's 1, 2. There are 15s. There are 2 of them, one on the top, one at the bottom. We're going to proceed to remove them. Seems like that hissing sound has gone away. Let's see if I can just lift this up. Try to move it around. Was a lot of oil, so that's why I put this rag in here to catch that oil. I'm gonna finish removing that bolt in there to try to get my air compressor from this side if possible. So far I have made this progress. I have removed the little connector that goes over there on the top, that one. I also removed the stud that holds the AC compressor line to the compressor, the stud that goes like on this side over here. This is how I have been able to manipulate the air compressor in this angle. You just have to be patient. It seems like it's tight. It's not want to move around anymore. I'll probably have to remove the sensor. What I'm trying to do, I'm gonna loosen the cradle a little bit. I'm trying to see if it'll move a little bit from this bolt. I think it's an 18, and I'm gonna do that and see if I can actually get just a bit more clearance to bring it down. So I want you to see the orientation of the AC compressor in order to bring it down from this place. This engine is a 3.6, so it's kind of has more of things on the way. I also have placed a jack under the engine oil pan. I left it out just a little bit to give me more clearance to remove this air compressor, and it seems like it's working. I'm bringing it slowly down and careful not to break anything. Have to move it around. Now to be a little bit more difficult than I thought, so I had decided to loosen up the catalytic converter bolt and release it out a little bit so I can gain more space in there. And the first thing we're gonna have to do here is gonna disconnect this oxygen sensor connector. There's a little plastic that you got to pull on it first, and then you're gonna disconnect it from here and pull. Then you're gonna use your oxygen sensor socket, reach in there and remove it. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. So next we're gonna continue with the bolts that are holding the shield in place, the 15s. Guys, after all, I was able to remove the AC compressor from the bottom. I do definitely want to remove the oxygen sensor. It will give you more clearance, but it's possible from the bottom. There might be other ways to do it. This is the way I was able to do it. You can try different ways. If your AC compressor doesn't come with pre-oiled, you're gonna have to drain the oil that comes with it, and you're gonna have to add 5 ounces or 150 milliliters of pack oil into the AC compressor. We're gonna use a little funnel, then we're gonna pour in there. I'm gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it without recording because I don't want any spills. But as when you loading your oil, you're gonna have to turn the clutch counterclockwise. Go ahead and install the plug that came with the new compressor. That way you don't spill any oil during the installation. Right guys, so I kind of put it back in there the same way I took it out. I just have to pull on the top of the catalytic converter with my left hand and then push it this way, the compressor. Kind of wiggle it in there, and it goes right in there. So that's a lot faster going in than going out, but that's how you're gonna install it back in. So this is what it looks like after I push it all the way in. I installed my bolt here on the top, then my 2 bolts over there on the front, and it's practically from now forward you have almost complete your installation because there's not much left to do. And definitely remove your oxygen sensor to get it out. So that was the best way to do it that I find out. I have removed my catalytic converter from the top. Let's see here, and push it a little bit out of the way to the left, and that way it gives you more space here to remove and install your AC compressor. There's left to do now is to put your nut over here, tighten your lines. Remember to replace your O-ring or seal washers for your AC compressor lines, and hook up your wires and all the connector over here on the top as well, and put your serpentine belt in place. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and tighten this back up. This catalytic converter, gonna put it back, and then I'm gonna recharge the system and see how it goes. So now we're gonna vacuum the AC system. And the way we're gonna do it, we're gonna connect our gauges. The red one on the high side, the blue one on the low side. We're gonna open them up. We're gonna open here, open and open. Then the blue one hose, we're gonna connect it to the vacuum pump. Once we have that set up, we're gonna turn it on for about an hour. When an hour has passed, we're gonna come over and close the high side and close the low side. We're gonna close that, and we're gonna check our gauges. Like in 20 minutes, if the gauges stays the same, it means there's no leakage, there's no leak on the AC system. So we're gonna go ahead and recharge the system with Freon. If there's leaks, your needle has moved around a bit or a lot, then it means that there is a leak that you're gonna have to address before recharging your system. I forgot to mention that before you start adding your Freon or refrigerant, you're gonna have to start your vehicle and put your AC on high, and then you're gonna start adding your Freon. After an hour has passed, we're gonna come over and check the gauges. They look the same as we left them an hour ago, so that means we have no leaks. What am I gonna do? I like to close this one, the high side. I'm gonna leave the low side open, which is where we're gonna put our Freon from to the vehicle. And as well, what I like to do here, I like to close it here, close my my high side. Oh, yeah, it is closed already, so we're gonna leave it right there. And this one, we're gonna leave it closed for now. What am I gonna do? I'm gonna disconnect the one other compressor AC pump. And I'm gonna put it into my Freon bottle. This particular vehicle takes 1.43 pounds of Freon, R134A, which is this one right here. I'm gonna put almost 2 of them, so it will take 23 ounces of Freon. And the way I like to do it, I like to open here. I'm gonna open my can, and I'm gonna lift my can up like so. I'm gonna lift my can, and then with the other hand, I'm gonna release that valve in there until I see Freon coming out of it. That's how you're gonna bleed your yellow line, so there's no air going into the system. When you're ready to actually pour your Freon into the system, then you're gonna open here. Once you finish your first can, if you need more than one, you're gonna have to close this line, because once you remove your can from the yellow line, if you don't close this line over here, it's gonna be open, and it's gonna start releasing the Freon out from that yellow hose. So be careful. Once you're ready to start loading or adding your Freon, vehicle on, AC on, then we're gonna start opening here slowly, slow. We don't want to open it wildly. We're gonna open it slow. That way we don't freeze our lines or damage the compressor. It's slow. You're gonna add the Freon slowly. Once I finish with this bottle, I'm gonna close the low side, because I want to add another bottle, almost another bottle of Freon. So I'm gonna close that low line, the blue one, when I'm finished with the first bottle. And then I'm gonna do the same thing. I'm gonna bleed the yellow line once I finish with the first bottle and ready for the next one. And then I'm gonna open the blue one, low side, to start adding the other bottle. No more Freon flowing on the gauge, and I fill the bottle that is empty. So now I'm gonna go ahead and close the low side and remove my can, and then bleed the yellow line through that valve, and then start doing the same procedure again. Before you start in a new bottle, you want to retract the needle to a closed position. That way when you're installing it, it won't start throwing refrigerant out. I have already installed my new one. All I'm gonna do, I'm gonna open it. Remember, the low side on the gauge is closed. I'm gonna lift it, and I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna try to show you here, guys, with something you're gonna bleed the valve. I'm gonna do it again. Okay, we have bled the air out of the yellow line. Now we're gonna open the low side slowly. I have finished adding my refrigerant to a level that I wanted. I'm gonna retract the needle to close the can. That way all the Freon that is on the yellow line goes through the system. And then after that, I'm gonna close the low side. And that's it for your AC compressor replacement and refilled or recharged. And it's cold here. I got good AC now. So this is it, guys. Hopefully this video helps you out. If you got any suggestions, please leave it on the comments. Like and subscribe.